just want to introduce you to some of the maps and tools that we're going to be using in the class. There's a lot of stuff that's covered in this class that involves looking at weather maps, and I just want you to be comfortable with just some of the basics. So the first thing, in this class, any map I ever give you, north will be on the top, south will be on the bottom, west will be on the left, east will be on the right. I'll never give you an upside down map, or I'll never give you any other kind of weird looking map. Like any map you see on the screen, north is at the top, south is at the bottom. And in case you're ever stuck with that, you'll always see an N for north on the left-hand side, or sometimes the right-hand side, but you'll see an N representing north and an arrow pointing in the direction that north is. Other tools, the textbook and the investigations in this class cover a lot of stuff about states. So they'll ask you, like, a weather system's present over what state? I know that if I was sat in a room and given a test on all 50 states, I probably wouldn't pass it. And so I just wanted to give you a map of the states so you have it quickly available to you. One of the other things that us meteorologists love to do, and this textbook loves to do, is not just refer to individual states, but to actually also refer to larger scale regions. So if you've ever heard of the Gulf Coast, that's the region down here by the Gulf Coast. Or the Mississippi Valley, this is the valley with the Mississippi River in the center. Or the Great Basin, or the Central Plains, or the Upper Great Lakes. You'll see a lot of these regions referenced in the textbook. And so I don't want to get you too caught off guard. I'd like you to at least have these maps handy. So download this image. It'll always be available under Files. Go to Files. You'll always see this map available to you. And there's a second map with a few additional regions, primarily mountain ranges. But I just want you to be comfortable with identifying each of these regions. You'll never have to do a closed book test on these. I just want you to just know how to use them. And so there's some questions down here that show that. The next thing I show is longitude and latitude. And there's a good demonstration or good description of longitude and latitude here. And a map that shows you how to find longitude and latitude. And then if you want additional demonstrations, there's also another little video that I posted here. A lot of people usually do just fine without a video, but if you need one, it's right there. And then an exercise. And then down here in the application section, I give you a map and I start asking you relatively simple questions about it. So for example, there's a high pressure here. I'm going to ask you, what state is that high pressure in? Or there's a low pressure here. What state is that low pressure in? What region is that low pressure in? Those are the kind of questions I'm going to be asking. One of the things I will mention real quick is I talk about in this lab irregularly shaped blue, green, purple shadings. I'm talking about this stuff right here. And this actually indicates precipitation. So if you've ever seen a radar image, either on the news or on one of your weather apps, and you see all that green stuff on the weather map, that usually represents precipitation, particularly here in the Bay Area, rainfall. Some parts of the nation, you can also see snow. But right here, this is just showing rainfall. This is just showing, this is just showing general precipitation. So that's what I'm talking about here. So when you see that irregularly shaped blobs, I'm talking about stuff like this. And I think that's all you really need to know for this lab. Otherwise, I just want you to be comfortable with reading weather maps. And that's it for investigation 0A and 0B. So, as I mentioned, if you have any problems, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help get you through these. All right? So, that's that. Welcome to Meteorology Lab. It's going to be a great quarter. I promise you. A lot of people get really stressed out in the first week or so, and they get scared. Don't be. This is like riding a bike. You may tip over once, but eventually you're going to get it and it's going to be awesome. So don't stress too much about these learning curves. That's what these first 2 investigations are for. All right? So that's it for right now, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Okay? Best wishes on these labs, and I'll talk to you soon.